Hi, I'm your host Greg Hevia, and today we're going to be making a meatloaf sandwich. The first thing we have to do is make meatloaf. Let's get to the kitchen. Now we're all ready to put together the meatloaf. The first ingredient is going to be 1.5 pounds of ground bison. Now I'm using bison, but you can use ground beef, lamb, dolphin, whatever you have lying around the kitchen. Just throw that in your mixing bowl. Next step, and this is non-negotiable in the species, is 1 pound of chopped bacon. Make sure you get it all out of the bowl. Next ingredient, we have 1 cup breadcrumbs and an egg. Throw that in. Now we have our spice mixture. The first thing is 2 teaspoons of salt, followed by 2 teaspoons each of onion, garlic, and chili powder, as well as 1 teaspoon cumin, 1 teaspoon black pepper, and a nice pinch of paprika. Just throw that in. The final ingredient will be 1 cup of red table wine. Throw that in. We want to really mix the ingredients together real nice. Get it all mushed up and nice. There's going to be a little chunky because of the chopped up bacon, but throw that all together. Then we're going to cover it up and we're going to leave that in the fridge overnight. So let's go put this in there. So the meatloaf has been marinating in the spices all night. We've preheated our oven to 300 degrees, and that may seem like a low temperature, but we want to give some time for the bacon fat to really melt in there. And all we're going to do is throw this in the oven, and then we're going to go make our glazing sauce. Let's go do that now. Now we're going to put together the sauce for glazing the meatloaf. The first thing you're going to need is 1 can store-bought tomato sauce. Just throw that in the bowl. Next ingredient on our list is 1/4 cup of molasses. And of course, that's going to drill out nice and slow. So while you're waiting for that to come out, take some soy sauce and add about this much. And the molasses is still going. Boom. And the last ingredient, plain old Tabasco. Give it about 6 or 7 dashes like that. Everything gets a good stir, and you're ready with your glazing sauce. Let's get glazing. The meatloaf has been cooking at 300 degrees for an hour now, and we're going to do 2 things. First, we're going to move the oven up to 400. Next, we're going to start basting with our sauce. Get that brush good in there, and really slop it on. The first basting, really put on as much as you want. And we're going to baste this every 15 minutes for the next hour. Right now it's an hour later. We've turned off the oven and we're letting the meatloaf rest inside. And we got to work on the next part of the meatloaf sandwich, and that is the bread. What I have here are 4-inch thick slices of just good Italian bread I got from the store. I've heated up some olive oil in a pan here, and we're just going to lay those out, and we're going to fry them up a bit, make them nice and toasty, and it'll be fantastic on the sandwich. So we're going to let each side grill for about 2 minutes, and once we're done with that, we'll start slicing up the meatloaf. So now everything's done, and we're going to put together the sandwich. Over here I took 2 pieces of the bread and a nice thick slice of the meatloaf. Don't worry about the pink bits, that's the bacon we put in before. And on top, well, I've got a tomato here I grabbed from my dad's garden. If your dad doesn't have a garden, or if he abandoned you as a child, you can feel free to buy one at the store. And you just put a couple slices right there. We're going to top it off with just a little bit of aged cheddar cheese. And there you have it. The meatloaf sandwich.